All right, we're back out in the shop, and today we're going to be making some low profile vices, much like the Saunders machine works, for some T-slots. I got this 1/4 Harbor Freight tap that should get the job done. I'm joking, I got some high quality Chinese carbide thread mill right here. Okay, we're going to be using this instead. And then when we're done with the vices, we're going to be checking them with our Harbor Freight calipers. And I might even throw this Walmart screwdriver at it. Just joking, buddy. I don't need you today. All right, in all seriousness, let's get to it. So I ended up setting up a little workstation out here. I was kind of bouncing back and forth between my house, my home computer, and then out here to the mill. Was not very efficient, so set my laptop out here and set up a little workstation, which is nice. All right, so here we go. I got my vices all modeled up. I am going to be sharing the step file for these vices, probably in Thingiverse. I'm not exactly sure yet, but it will be in the description below. Just like Saunders Machine Works, he shares most of his step files for his fixture plates and his low profile vices. So I'm going to do the same. I did pull obviously a lot of the same geometry from his vices and then just adapted them to work with T-slots. One of the main things being that this overhangs over the T-slot on each side. That's why it's a little bit longer than his are. So just to accommodate that T-slot. But if you look in here, this was probably kind of the hardest thing to figure out, was this circle taper into this oval transition and making sure that you have the correct taper. That way when you put the bolt in there, you get that clamping action. Obviously not on the fixed side, but once you take this jaw and place it over here on this one, the sliding part, it will work accordingly. So I got that all figured out. So let's go ahead and machine this bottom fixed plate, and I will probably end up reusing, I already have this one made, so I'm just going to end up reusing it, and then we'll go from there. All right, so I got my stock here, and I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. As you can probably already tell, I'm going to be super gluing it down, and the reason is because I have a bunch of this 2" by 1/2 inch square stock, so I can't clamp it in my vise like normal on parallels because I don't have enough distance in the width of this to machine it and then flip it over and machine off the rest. So I'm going to get away with it by clamping this piece, which I already faced, and I left a nice little pocket here. That way I can take my Walmart screwdriver and pop it out when it's done with op 1, and then we can flip it over and take off the skirt. So I got these this tape all scuffed up, and I'm going to throw some super glue on it, and then I'm going to use that 1, 2, 3 block as kind of like a stop. That way I know that it's nice and parallel.
Call at 9:30 and thought not to ask why. Turn the wheel and drive all the way up 65. I don't really wanna leave like that. Dream teeth fall out. Do you have that dream and know why? Windows down, heart of ice. I don't really wanna leave like that's alright. I don't really wanna fight.
All right, so we got both of the vices wrapped up, and I think they came out pretty decent. A couple little mistakes I could have cleaned up, but overall I am happy with them. I did a little bit of tuning up on the top jaw. I ended up flipping it over and doing another skim pass, and I tried to even them up as close as possible, just because this flat right here is where any workpiece is going to rest. So when they're on the table, I wanted to ensure that the workpiece was landing and it was going to be, as flat and parallel as it can be. Obviously, making these out of aluminum, not on a surface grinder, with steel, these can only be so accurate. So I know that, and I also know that these Harbor Freight calipers are not where it's at. I'm using them for now. I will eventually get some Mitutoyos. I will get some mics. It's just a lot starting out to buy everything. So, yeah. So took some measurements. We're right around 0.7230 on this one. And then we're right around that on this guy as well. If I can get it right. There we go. So I also did put these, I have a little granite surface plate that I set both of them down on, and I ran my dial test indicator across this face, and according to it, we are within about 1 thou on each one. So that is close enough for me. Let's go ahead and make the steel pieces that are gonna go inside here on the top jaws. We got our steel cut right here, and they are a bit oversized. I didn't have anything that was closer, but it'll honestly be a good thing because I haven't cut a whole lot of steel. So I'll be doing most of my, well, pretty much all the adaptive with this 3/8 carbide. It's another Chinese brand, Wexwi. I've had good success with them for my aluminum carbide. I would love to have some more expensive cutters, but at this point, it's not in the budget. And you know, if I were to get like a Kennametal and a 3/8, it would be $100 or more for one. I can get these for two for around $40 something. So if I break one, it's 20 something bucks down the drain and not 100. And being that I'm still learning, I don't want to be blowing through money like that. So let's load it up and get going. All right, so I figured I'd do a little demonstration. I got this fixed side clamped down, and then this side can slide back and forth, and I got this top jaw nice and loose. So take our stock, throw it in there, push it forward. We'll lock this down. All right, now we got that locked down. Throw our stock back in there. Now we can tighten these. I like to start with this center one and just kind of go in small increments. Should be pretty locked down. Yep. That's not going anywhere. So overall, really happy with how they came out. I like the fact that once they're on a table, you can slide them back and forth easily. And I could see this being super useful for plate work or just longer pieces of stock that I need a lower profile on. But yeah, like I said before, I will put the step file linked in the description. It'll be somewhere. Thingiverse is what I'm thinking for now, unless I find something else. So if you want to give it a try, like I said, I would leave a little bit more slop. I would adjust these bolts It's kind of a good thing and a bad thing that there's not a lot of slop, because it stays straighter, but getting them into the T-slots, it's really tight. It fits, but it's just tight. So I may just, if I was gonna make them again, put a little more slop in these holes to make it easier to clamp to the T-nuts. Other than that, it's gonna do it for this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one.